Hey guys, how you going? Today I wanted to do a video. Oh my god, that's so... Okay. Well, I'm going to be gold today on this video. Anyway, I can't get away from this. No, it's not working. Okay, so... it's annoying. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about trauma. So one of the things in regards to trauma I want to talk about is the way it holds in the body and why it's actually so hard for many to overcome trauma in their lives. So we are affected from trauma on all kinds of levels. So we have the brain, which is a part of the central nervous system. So we have the brain, the spinal cord, the vertebrae, which are all part of our central nervous system. Now, when we experience a traumatic event, our cells in our body, every tiny cell in our body holds on to, memorizes that trauma. So one interesting topic I want to bring up, just so you guys know what I'm talking about, is you will see in some of the wildlife animal videos, Dave in Edinburgh and things like that, where you'll actually see animals who have been prey to an attempted feast, I will say in a nicer form, from a animal on, say, like a lion or a tiger and a deer. That's the example I'm going to use. So the deer has escaped an attack. Now, in this video, you will notice that the deer, will profusely shake. It will shake. It will just actually literally stop. It'll shake. The whole body will profusely shake. What that deer is actually doing is releasing that trauma from their entire being, from their nervous system, from the cells in their body, the emotion. They are literally deleting that trauma that they experienced. And that is why they're able to get back up again and go on their own little merry way, like nothing's ever happened. Off they go. So that is how as an example, the animal kingdom releases trauma. Now, if we as humans could do that, that would be ideal. Really, that would be ideal. And that would be, what is this sun doing? Oh my God. And that would be ideal. I'm cold. That would be ideal. There we go. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? Like, if we could all do that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that for many humans. Most that I know of. So there we are stuck with a trauma that we kind of have in our bodies. Now, I have noticed with myself that while I was healing, while I was going through a large amount of healing, and I recently have had a night or two ago, another healing experience, but previous to that, I did notice that the healing I went through, a lot of it had to do with anxiety in my body. which is connected to your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system. So this is where a lot of the trauma is held, which goes out through to every cell in your body. So when a lot of people who have post-traumatic stress disorder, their body is under so much stress. Their central nervous system is under so much stress. And it's really hard to just kind of shake it off. But many people who do suffer from trauma, especially I'm especially talking with trauma from childhood, okay? Things like sexual abuse from childhood, any kind of abuse really. But for myself, it was child sexual abuse. So I held mine very deep for a very, 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 very long time. Probably about 18 years. 19, maybe 18 years. And then I was still convinced myself that I wasn't ready, so I ran away a bit more. So really, to be honest with you, my healing has really taken place over probably the majority of my healing. The last 2 years, I would say, would be majority of my work that I've done in my healing. And that was very much due to after me and my twin flame broke up for the second time in the period that we've known each other since 2004. So yeah, we broke up, and that's where a lot of my healing took place. A lot of my healing took place then. And I did notice that my body would shake a lot. And instead of trying to fight the shake, I just let it happen. I just laid there and I just let my body shake and shake and shake and shake. And do whatever I needed to do. Your body, your central nervous system needs to release this trauma. That's very important. You can, meditation is amazing, but your body's still holding on to the cells. It's literally the cells in your body is where a lot of the trauma is stored in your central nervous system, which is connected to your emotional state. This is where the healing needs to be done. Basically, there's just a lot that entails in healing when it comes to trauma, especially with child sexual abuse. I've noticed that is a really it's quite a severe type of abuse. I mean, all abuse is severe, but when we're talking about sexual abuse, we're actually talking about the abuse of our third energies. And that's our creator energy. So no wonder we doubt ourselves. No wonder we're doubting who we are, what we are, whatever. Because our creator energy has just had a traumatic experience. So for someone to heal from, sexual abuse, everyone has their own time. Some are a lot quicker than others, some aren't. For me, it took me quite a long time because when you're ready to heal, you're ready to heal. And no sooner than you actually ready to heal that you will heal. And I found that with my twin flame, I just couldn't. Being in the vicinity with my twin flame is just, I needed to do this healing. As much as I love my twin flame, I needed to do this for myself. I needed to be on my own to do this. And he also had quite a bit of healing that he needed to do, so he also needed to be on his own to do a fair bit of his healing. So what I want to talk to you about was what has really helped me in my healing of the sexual abuse within my family that I experienced. domestic abuse, domestic violence was very predominant in my family. Alcohol was very predominant in my family, obviously. So for me, I guess I just wanted to start a few videos on the healing process, especially in regards to bloodline patterns as sexual abuse, because it just doesn't happen in one generation. It is something that is carried on forth throughout a whole generation. And now is the time that everything is going to be brought forward, especially with healing, things from childhood. The earth and the energy, this earth is changing at quite a significant rate. It's moving up in frequency, so therefore a lot of healing's about to take place, which is freaking amazing. And I'm so glad and I'm so happy that people who have been through such traumatic experiences are now healing at a much quicker rate. I've been given, it is just that time. When it's the time, it's the time. Divine timing. There's a time for everything, is what I've noticed. So I guess I just wanted to have this video just as a start off point, and just talking a little bit about trauma, a little bit about how it holds in the body and in the nervous system. I will be going into depth about this, a lot more detail, and there's just a lot of topics I want to cover with you guys. God, that is a bright light. I'm actually sitting in my car waiting to get picked up. So I thought, hey, this is no better time to do a video than now. So maybe if I just, no, that's not, it's not gonna, it doesn't matter. It's just, yeah, okay, no, it's not gonna, it doesn't, this is a bit better. So it doesn't really matter, I guess. I'm trying to say, when you heal, as long as you start the process in healing, and now is the time, guys, now is the time to love yourself enough to allow yourself to heal, whether you're the masculine, the feminine. It is now the time to heal, and I wish you all the best on your healing journey. You can go into my Mystic Flames 1111. I do offer inner child healing there. A lot of stuff I work with is what I've experienced myself and what I have found has helped me along my healing process, which I had quite a lot of healing to do. It was stored up so much, and it's really important, guys, that you do heal from your childhood, because everything in your life will just fall into place. Okay, everything in your life, once your childhood is healed, will fall into place. And this is so, so important. Everything you have ever wanted in your life, your manifestation will become a lot more into the physical form. You'll be able to manifest a lot quicker. And you will just be happier in general. Your life will be amazing because you are amazing, and you are not the abuse that happened to you. You are not, because you have PTSD, that is not a reflection of who you are. That is a reflection of what has happened to you, of the trauma you have gone through. It does not necessarily mean that you have, don't have the filter to filter it through, which I hear a lot from some of the spiritual teachers, and that is just the biggest load of crap I have ever heard. You cannot say to someone who's suffering PTSD something like that, because it is just so incorrect. PTSD is about or CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic syndrome, is when more than one event has caused post-traumatic stress. It then becomes complex post-traumatic stress. So then we have to work on a lot more things, a lot more different emotions, a lot more different aspects, and it can get quite can take quite a long time, especially with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. But it is worth it. Your healing is always worth any amount of time, because you are worth it. Okay, so I just want to say I love you guys. This is my first video in healing from sexual abuse trauma and inner child healing. And as I said, I'm still on my healing process, and that's okay. But I just wanted to share with you guys what I have learnt along the way. Anyway, have a good day, guys. I'm off, and I love you all. Bye.